Hi, everyone.
How is everyone doing?
Welcome to our Facebook Live where we're going to talk about the comfort zone.
Happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
Wednesday.
So we're going to talk about the comfort zone, why you want to get out of it, right? And then also, when are you in it?
How'd you get in it?
Yeah.
You know you're in it.
Right? And how do you know when you're in it? But then also, what are the steps you need to take to get out of it very quickly and with less stress?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
So, hey, Nikki, how are you? So I was wondering if do you have any questions or if you have any suggestions about the comfort zone in your own personal life? Hey, happy Wednesday.
So let's talk about the comfort zone in the context of business.
Okay.
As well as relationships.
Hey, Hannah. So in business, so first of all, why would you want to get out of the comfort zone? Why would you?
Here's a great line. If you hear this, chances are, I'm not saying you are, could be, it's plausible that you might be in the comfort zone. I want to make just enough.
Just enough.
I do just enough to get a job or to stay employed.
Well, what is enough?
Enough compared to what?
Right.
Compared to who?
And so for us, like, we made a commitment to live an extraordinary life, to continue to grow and transform,
prosperous,
to make more money,
abundance,
to be more successful,
happy.
And so that requires you to step out of the norm. It requires you to do things you've never done before.
To get a little uncomfortable.
And honestly, I believe that we're all hardwired. I mean, there's a lot of science out there that says that we're hardwired for comfort, but I also think that there's a program inside of us, constant, call it the prime directive of the unconscious mind, is that your unconscious mind is constantly seeking more and more. And I like to take it internally and to think that we're constantly seeking growth and success and transformation, evolution of consciousness, and to learn more. And so I really think of the comfort zone and stepping out of it as a way of learning. It truly is.
And we're also we're creatures of habit.
Yes.
So when we do things, the more we do it, the more comfortable we get, right? And then it becomes a little harder to stretch out and stretch beyond that and grow and break and tear. It's kind of like building muscle, yeah? It's just like working out. I mean, you can't build muscle without tearing it down and breaking it down.
Exactly. And whenever you step out of, why would you want to step out of it? Well, every time that you step out of the comfort zone and do something you've never done before, you become more adaptable. I don't know about you, but I want to be super adaptable, because think about it. We don't know exactly where the direction of the world is going. Of course, we want it to be an amazing place for all of us to prosper and to have as much money and resources as we want, though you never know. You never know if the market's going to go down or if it's going to go back up. And so being flexible and adaptable and having skill sets that allows you to really be well and thrive in any environment will allow you to be successful no matter what. So stepping out of the comfort zone allows you to do that. And
sometimes that means increasing your skill set. I always say, a lot of people say, I've got to have this safety net, right? And that's that's some language. If you really listen to unconscious language, people will say this all the time. Well, I need just enough, or I do just enough, or I need that safety net, that security, that comfort. Those are all great words. And if you really listen to what's going on inside, a lot of times they're already unconsciously creating a comfort zone for themselves.
I love what Nikki just said. The comfort zone is there to be moved. Absolutely. And that's what we say in the training, is that every time that you step out of the comfort zone, you're moving the needle, you're moving higher and higher and getting further into your success, and you're growing and expanding. Another thing to consider about the comfort zone is that when you're in that metaphorical box, right, doing the same thing over again and going through the motions of life, having those habitual habits that you're really, truly, we like to say it's the unconscious zone. The unconscious mind is running on autopilot, and you're not there truly.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
That is, honestly, it squashes your creativity. The thing is that when you're inside of that box, you're not outside, and you don't have new ideas and possibilities. We always say in our training is that as soon as you step out of the comfort zone, You actually expand your awareness, and you also have downloads of information and new skill sets because you're in a new environment. You're forcing yourself into a new environment that you will grow neurologically.
And that's why taking trainings and furthering your development personally, professionally, whether it's a business training, whether it's a, just to get more tools on the job skill set. I always say, I came up with this quote, let your skill set be your safety net.
Yeah.
Instead of, I gotta have money in the bank, then I'll go out there and make sales. Or if I just get that job, or if I get this loan, or if I do all these things that create already comfort, then I'll go get to work.
Yeah.
That's already the comfort zone. Yeah.
Exactly. The comfort zone, I mean, it's so enticing.
Oh,
it's so comfortable.
It's like when you want to wake up in the morning.
It feels so good.
It's so warm.
It's in bed and you're so safe.
Especially
and
in the
protected.
winter. In the winter when it's
you don't have to
so
think,
cold out there.
right? When you're in the comfort zone, you don't really have to think
warm.
because you know what is. There's really, really no challenge to your belief system. It's really safe.
Yeah.
The problem is that if you want to grow your bank account, if you want to be excellent at what you do, you can't stay there. You can't. It literally crushes you over time.
Yeah.
We see people stay in their comfort zone unconsciously, and over time, unfortunately, we're all free from this, is that because there's that part in you that is always seeking more and more, you'll start attracting things in your life. You'll start attracting negative events in your life to unconsciously push you out of your comfort zone anyways.
You're creating familiarity.
Yeah.
Right?
Will, unfortunately, over time, if you stay in the comfort zone, you may attract crisis to force yourself out of the comfort zone.
And it is scary.
It is.
It's super scary, right? It's terrifying sometimes. Right?
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. What am I going to do?
And so a lot of times we see people in business, they get in the comfort zone and they fall unconscious and they go through the motions. And in the beginning, it's all new and it's fresh and they're out of their comfort zone and they're growing and they're top of their game. But then something happens, unconsciousness comes in and they start going through the motions. Well, if you stay in that situation over time, the problem is that you may get laid off.
Right. And you know what? It usually takes a near moment like that to get fired, to get laid off, or that annual review. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, I got to get back to work. And they get conscious now of their job. They get conscious of their tasks, their duties, what they're really getting paid to do. It goes right down to a great book I read, Powerful Engagement. It's a fantastic book about being fully engaged. Right. And if most of the workplace was fully engaged, if we were fully engaged, I think it's upwards of somewhere between 60 to 70% of people are not fully engaged at work. They're not fully engaged in what they do. Think about that. Think about how we fall out of consciousness and how much more we get fulfillment and enjoyment out of what we do at work. And if we did that, how much more productive we'd be, even half the time.
Yep.
So much more, right? More happiness.
Yep.
Better results.
We also see it in relationships. A lot of times people, when they first get in the relationship, they're out of their comfort zone. They're doing something new that they've never done before in their relationship, and they pull out all the stops and they're very conscious about what they do. But then their unconscious programming comes in and they become unconscious. And over time, what happens, there's these little nubs like, oh, maybe I should be doing this. Oh, maybe I should be more conscious.
Huh? What? Don't touch me.
But over time, the relationship becomes unconscious and it gets into a comfort zone. But then what happens is unconsciously we'll always create friction, and then there'll be a fight, and then there'll be a knockdown, drag out fight. Then it will wake people up and they'll get out of their comfort zone. The problem is that people aren't aware of this pattern. And so you'll see this up and down in their behavior where they will go unconscious, get in a comfort zone, then attract something in their life to throw them out of it.
Then get conscious.
But then they get back into it again.
Then fall back out of consciousness, become unconscious, and then do it again.
So what we say is become consciously aware of your comfort zone and strategically start taking action out of it. Sometimes like to do it all at once and do a quantum leap out of their comfort zone and start and become the new you. And some people, they like to do it in little slow bits and bites, and slowly get more confident as they're stepping out of their comfort zone. And either way works.
The key is to take action in the right direction. That's the key. There's so many people taking action in the wrong direction, and that doesn't help anyone, right? So really, yes, taking action. No, don't take action. Take massive action. Massive action in the right direction.
And I see that Jacoby jumped on, and I see people all the time in their comfort zone around health. We have comfort. Do you realize that we have a comfort zone for every area of life?
Yep.
We have one for our relationship. We have one for our work and how we show up in our business.
The risks that we take, the risks that we don't take. We have comfort zones in investing money or not investing money, which, by the way, is a massive comfort zone.
We do have a comfort zone. It's almost like a thermostat of how much money we make and how much money we keep.
The threshold.
Yeah, the threshold.
Oh, as soon as you make a little bit of money, and who's ever done this, you guys may be able to relate. As soon as you make a little bit of money, and all of a sudden that money, you see that in the bank account, and then it falls, it dips below a certain amount, and you're like,
oh no.
Gosh, I got to get back to work. I got to stop spending money. And then what happens is that's a threshold of money, which is a comfort zone. Then it gets back up to where they want it. So it's breaking through the comfort zone of what's the next threshold that's going to say, okay, if I see that amount of money in my bank account, I'm doing great, and there could be so much more in there.
Yep. And some people have comfort zones in their personal growth and development. I see a lot of people in the training or people that I worked with, they may go on this spurt of personal development, and they like do all these trainings, and they start and they get super motivated, and they start working on themselves, and then all of a sudden they fall off the wagon.
They say after the training, I don't know what happened. Man, I'm really going well for about a week. I was hard for 10 days. What happened after a week?
Right.
I just got back into that comfort zone, that warm blanket that just wrapped me up, and I didn't want to wake up at 6 a.m.
Yep. And people have a comfort zone in spirituality too. There's literally a comfort zone in every arena of life that we have. And we believe that if you become consciously aware, we also do this with goals and values, which, smoke out all the things that are creating comfort zones for people. But we believe if you bring this up to your awareness, what your comfort zone is, where you feel safe and secure, then you strategically set goals to pull yourself out of it, then you're going to continue to grow in all areas of life. Which, when you're bringing consciousness to every area of life, you're going to live a happier life.
Yeah.
You're going to feel fulfilled.
All areas of life.
And you're going to feel balanced.
Having goals and values met in all areas of life. So a lot of the information we do teach people in our trainings and coach, and it's so much better to have a life that you're aware and conscious of your goals. And
strategically, consciously step out of the comfort zone and set habits. So habitual behavior, if it's unconscious, is comfort.
So here's
a comfort zone.
So here's a new habit we're doing now early in the morning when, we could be, I don't know, doing a run or workout or running the dogs. We decided early in the morning that it would be really fun to Barton Springs, super cold. If you don't know what Barton Springs is, it's just a cold natural spring. I don't know, somewhere around 60 degrees, 62. And it's amazing. It's refreshing. It's healing. And we got back to like swimming again, and we love swimming. We both do. That's getting out of our comfort zone.
Exactly.
Right.
And I even have a comfort zone within that process. So when I first started swimming laps, I had a goal. I was going to go all the way down and then all the way back. And I couldn't get all the way down doing freestyle the whole way because I would get super tired. And so my comfort zone was going back to breaststroke. Now, it's like moving a needle, as I've done it for almost 15, 16 days now, I'm able to go almost an eighth of a mile because I keep moving the needle. Each time I swim, I wear myself out and I get tired, and then I breaststroke, and then I get back on it over and over and over again. And each time I'm getting stronger. It's the same way with setting a goal in your financial realm. You set a goal that is, slightly out of what you we make, and then you go and take massive action. You do all this work. You go and start making sales, and you start connecting with people.
Sales.
And then you move the needle. And then you do a little bit of rest and renewal and celebration.
But what if you don't like sales? What if you don't want to make sales? But I want to be in business for myself. We have people that ask us this. They tell us, I want to go into business for myself. I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't want to make sales.
Yeah. So sales sometimes can be a comfort zone for people.
That's the hardest jump to make, by the way, to going from working from corporate world, structure, right? The boss, to jumping into business on your own and now actually having to do the things that that company do for them, or that company did for the salespeople or their marketing. Hardest jump to make by far. Most people, what happens is they get out of their comfort zone, like it. They usually burn through savings. They jump right back into the structure of corporate world, right? And it's so common. It happens all the time. So anyways, I don't know where I was going. I'm not really sure. Comfort zone. Yes, that's right. Breaking out of the comfort zone.
So I know that we've given you tons of examples of what it is and how it shows up in our life. So how would you step out of it? So what I like to do is write a list of all the things. Okay, so go and do all your little categories. So you have your spirituality, your family, your personal growth and development, your finances, your relationships, sexual or just with friends and family, as well as your career. And then write down all the things that you're procrastinating, because that's going to give you a list of things that starting with the area that needs the most improvement. If it's health and wellness, maybe start with that area. If it's career, start in that area. We tend to start in the area of life that if you had the most dramatic amount of change, that it would kind of do this triple effect. It would just ripple all the way through all areas of life. So if you had a massive change in your health, that would give you more energy. Yeah. You could make more sales. You can connect with more people. You could work longer. And enjoy life. Maybe it would let go of a lot of stress, whatever. So start with the one area of life that would actually make the largest, greatest impact. Some people avoid that area and they focus on all of the stuff that's comfortable, and they realize like that's the area that's actually plaguing them the most. And then ask yourself, or write down all the things that are procrastinating, and make sure that you're putting, this is a very good question to ask yourself, make sure that you're putting the one thing that you don't want to do, that you know you need to do, that you must do in order to have it happen. And so that will give you a good list of all the things that you need to do in order to step out of your comfort zone.
All the things.
So everything in your comfort zone is keeping you safe and protective. And pretty much when people get stuck in the comfort zone, why is that? It's because of fear. It's fear of the unknown, the fear of making a mistake, the fear of failure.
I think one of the biggest
fears, stupid.
The largest fear that people have is the fear of not knowing. The fear of, oh my gosh, I need to know before I do it, right? Yeah. I need to know, I need to look before I leap instead of leap and then I'll see, right? There's just so much fear around that. And it really does, it's debilitating. It trumps any growth in a business, especially if you're working for yourself. There's so many things. What was that? I saw some quote recently about, an entrepreneur, they jump out of the plane without a parachute. And then figure out where the parachute is when you're in the air or you're trying to open the parachute.
Seriously.
Jump first. That tends to be entrepreneurship many times.
Well, entrepreneurship is technically, if you are really doing it and being successful, you're out of your comfort zone pretty much 99% of the time.
Yeah, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That would be
entrepreneurship. If you're going to be successful, otherwise you'll end up not being that successful because you're constantly putting yourself out of the comfort zone for sure. Because
why do you hire a personal trainer? You don't hire a personal trainer, right? A fitness instructor to lift the weight for you. You hire them for the structure, the accountability, right? And the discipline of showing up. In the end, you still have to lift the weight. You have to go through the exercise. You have to do the Tabata or whatever it is you're working out. That's why personal trainers get hired. It's the same thing we do in our mind, right? It's the same discipline. We have to build these little habitual habits day in and day out. Little disciplines, those little disciplines. Jim Rohn always said it's easy to do and it's easy not to do. Yeah.
So again, write down all the things that you've been avoiding and then start taking action on them. And if you feel this overwhelming sense of fear, that's where we come in.
Perfect.
we can help you let that stuff go.
Just break right through
all
it.
that stuff is an illusion, and you can break through it very, very quickly. In fact, we had one of our students that came through our training, and she was avoiding some stuff, and she had a brilliant business model. In fact, it had been successful in the past, and some of it has been put on pause, and she had a tremendous breakthrough. And as soon as she left the training, we call it the quantum leap. So a lot of people that are stepping out of the comfort zone, you do it in small little things. You do little goals at a time and gain confidence that way. Though for people that come through the training and they have this tremendous breakthrough in all areas of life, they let go of all their fear, they let go of all of their, negative emotions that are holding them back, and belief systems that are saying, I can't do it. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I'm afraid of, the unknown. I'm afraid of failure, afraid of success, afraid of responsibility, all those things. And she let go of all that. And as soon as she got home, took action. She actually took a leap of faith and hired 3 assistants to start doing her business, and she scaled it very, very quickly. And now she even had an opportunity, somebody wanted to buy it, just by simply stepping out of the comfort zone and letting go of all that stuff that was getting in the way of it.
I've had another business owner who came through our training, and control was a big thing for him, right? Micromanaging the team, and he was able to actually let go of control to the point where he had to trust. I know that's difficult for some of us business owners. We had to trust somebody else to do some work with us, right? And being able to trust the team and have that confidence. And by letting go of control, they actually do better with him out of the office than inside the office.
We heard that actually twice. Was 2 months ago, 2 of our students. The what I believe the comfort zone is letting go of the control and actually taking time away from the business, because as business owners, a lot of times we're like, the business is not going to be successful if we're not there. And the comfort zone is actually micromanaging and being involved in the business or whatever it is, making sure that it keeps running. And we actually had 2 students tell us that by coming to the training, they actually did the best month that they ever had when they were gone. Their comfort zone was actually letting go.
Yep.
Right? It's tremendous.
That's huge.
Letting go.
Especially if you're so rigid and you're so on point and you're constantly pushing yourself out of the comfort zone. Sometimes the comfort zone, right? It's not the to-do list. It's the not to-do list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. What's my quote? The daily essentials. It's hacking away at the unessential. Yeah. How to not do what you used to do. Wow. That was a huge comfort zone for me too. In my other business is actually not constantly doing things and being a better delegator, better leader, communicate what I want specifically so they can go out the task or the duty without me involved, and trust that they're going to do it, right? Empower the team.
And then a lot of times another thing that holds people back from, stepping out of the comfort zone, especially, young entrepreneurs or beginning entrepreneurs, we see this a lot with coaches that come through the training that get certified. It's because they don't have a process a lot of times to go out and make sales. And so you have this amazing product that you're really, really going to help people with this product. But then there's a breakdown in the ability to communicate your message and be able to go out and get people to, buy into your product or service. Yeah. And so what we say is another good way to get out of the comfort zone is get the skill set and get the tools and the steps and processes so you can step out of the comfort zone and take action.
Be a confident closer. Be a confident person who can lie to people. Big comfort zone
is asking for money.
Ooh, asking for the order.
Yeah.
That's not any of you. I know that's not. It's not any of us. Is it?
So we had a gal the other day that came through the 3-day training. In fact, that we're having coming up on Friday. If anybody, we actually have 1 seat left. And she was really afraid to sell. In fact, the whole process gave her a complete visceral reaction. I don't want to be too pushy. I don't want to be too salesy, And so during this training, we broke through all of this, and we also gave her a really powerful process to do a discovery call to where she was coming from a place of service and a place of really coaching to better serve her clients. And she had this tremendous breakthrough the other day where she signed on 2 clients in a day. And that's just makes me so happy inside because I know.
Because service is sales,
Mm-hmm.
and sales is service. If you think about customer support, a lot of people think, oh, customer support, it's not sales. They're like one and the same. It's symbiotic. I mean, you're supporting a customer, but sometimes just by supporting, you can actually say, hey, maybe this package that is a little bit cheaper would be best for you. And then a lot of times, maybe that package that's just slightly above your comfort zone, what you're willing to pay or best, would be perfect for you. To have all the options, the features, the bells and whistles, everything you're absolutely needing to do. So that's extremely important. I think when people just think, oh, sales is taking somebody's money, it's not. It's so much more than that. It's so much more. There's service. There's an exchange of
energy. And we talk about this in the training of how powerful this sales process is. It truly is a, I always say, spiritual process. A lot of people may think
it's the most spiritual act there is.
Though I think it's really brilliant to be able to take somebody from having a problem and you being able to solve that problem and exchanging money. It's a beautiful process. And if you know more about that, come join us in the training. So some action steps for every single one of you is figure out that one area of life where that if you step out of your comfort zone, you'll have the most change. And then write down those things that you've been procrastinating
I think it would be cool. Whoever's watching, put in the comments, what is your area of life? If you were to know, what's the area of life that maybe most challenges you? You don't have to put it if you don't want. I'm not saying you should. But if you were to know, would it be career, health and wellness, health and fitness? Would it be relationships? Would it be family? Would it be career or spirituality? I think that's all of them. Yeah.
Spirituality.
Yeah. I think I nailed it all.
What area
Just
of life
curious.
would have the most transformation if you stepped out of the comfort zone?
That one area of life, if you committed fully, took massive action in the right direction, with the right mindset, the right psychology, you make a huge impact, and that momentum would flow and carry into other areas of life, right? For me personally, it was health and wellness, for sure. I mean, it was letting my health go, not working out. I got my body back and was like, cool. When I got healthy, I started working out. That momentum drives you. I don't know, for some people, I know there's a few people I know that's exactly what it is. Similar to me, like, you know, working out or hitting the gym, swimming, hiking, biking, whatever it is for you. And then all of a sudden you got that momentum. It's like, now I can focus on my work. Now I can get my communication there. Maybe you feel more confident, whatever it is. Skill set makes all the difference.
Business expansion. Caleb, how specifically?
Business expansion.
Personal, how specifically,
Scaling,
Nikki?
maybe.
To growth in the business. Absolutely. We believe if you work on yourself first, then it will transform your business. Did you just get it?
There we go.
There we go.
So
ask yourself, okay, so now the next step is asking yourself, what are you procrastinating on, and what are you avoiding in order to, what is getting in the way of you growing in that area of life? And then write that down.
By the way, my business coach,
Hannah says money.
My business coach told me, Brandon, your business is fine. Your business is absolutely doing great. In fact, the business doesn't have an issue. It's I that had the issue. Most businesses are actually great. In fact, some businesses are even better without us. I know one of mine was. And so it's like, where can we learn from that, right? Where can we actually grow and step out of the comfort zone, whether it is control, or where can we get the psychology to empower others so that we're not, disempowering our team, or that they trust, or that we trust the ideas that they bring to the table. So there's some fantastic mindset tricks and tips that we do in our training. So
mindset hacks.
The hack in the mind. So
once you write those things down that you've been avoiding, our challenge to you between now and next Wednesday, and hopefully you will give you accountability check if we see you on the call again. Take action on one of those things every day. And if it's something that's huge, then break it down in small chunks.
Oh yeah, I think I did forget personal growth and development. I did forget that.
For what?
Areas of life.
Oh yeah. What's
the one area of life that if you did the dramatic amount of change, it would have a ripple effect in other areas? Career, family, relationships, spirituality, health and wellness, health and fitness, however you label it, personal growth, personal development.
Yeah. Cool. So does anybody have any questions while we're still here before we jump off? Hey, Leah. Hey, Chris. And different, Caleb. Not sure what you mean by that. I need to believe in me.
Uncomfortable
Nikki.
because I have to make changes. That's new. Cool.
Yes.
Well, part of growth of business and business expansion and scaling a business is absolute growth, right? A lot of times you can't do what you did last year if you want to make twice as much money. There's no way you can do that. Now, it could be a part of the department, it could be part of it, but if you really want to scale a business, whatever you did last year may not work with more people, different systems, processes, different marketing programs, etc. So it has to evolve. I mean, being able to, scale a business, it's absolutely that you keep whatever got you there going, whether it's a profit stream, whether it's affiliates, whatever it is. And there's still so much more that can be done to change to, increase profits and increase revenue by 25, 30%, especially if you're scaling.
Yep. And with Nikki, he said, you need to believe in me. So one of the things because I used to struggle with self-belief, you had a lot of self-doubt.
Self-worth.
So, and it's self-worth for me, at least it was.
Sure. Confidence.
So one of the things that I worked on is like what areas of life or what specific do I not believe? And then setting up tasks for myself to build confidence in those areas. So I did tiny little mini goals that would allow me to slowly and surely start believing in myself in that area of life.
Little milestone markers to get to the big goal, right?
And then self-doubt too is a limiting belief, and we can let that go.
And
too.
Celebrate the little wins.
Yes, that is so important.
Sometimes part of the comfort zone is just beating ourselves to death so that we don't have to go out and do something about it.
Yeah.
I know that was something that, I know someone we know well was struggling with.
Yes.
It's the her, or throw that out. But that's true, yeah?
Oh, and also, I know that we're all successful achievers, and sometimes when you are doing this process, you'll set yourself outside of the comfort zone to, I was reading an article, I forget who created this, but it's called the terror zone, which is set, we like to do a quantum leap, but we like to do a quantum leap strategically. And so you want to make sure that you're not setting yourself up for overwhelm and failure. And so set those goals that are going to constantly allow you to move the needle, at the same time not overwhelm yourself, set you up for failure. Because we believe there is no failure, it's just feedback. At the same time, you want to, I guess not really realistic, but you want to set yourself up for success to where you can constantly be moving the needle of success. There's
no unrealistic goal. Maybe it's an unrealistic expectation of when you wanted to accomplish it by.
And each time that you do it, make sure that you're going out taking action and literally throwing yourself into stress mode. You want to strategically take time out to do rest and renewal afterwards. Because if you continue to push yourself out of the comfort zone, you will stress yourself out for a little bit of time. It's just like when you're working out. You want to build the muscle, but then rest, and then, tear down the muscle, then rest, which builds the muscle, and then, over and over and over again, and you get stronger.
Absolutely. So hopefully that helps. There's something else to add. Hopefully this helps. And part of getting out of the comfort zone is setting goals, right? Focusing on the outcome. Well, first you have to know what you want, right? What is it that you want? If you're really stuck in a comfort zone, or someone else that's stuck in a comfort zone, tag this video, share it with them, send it to them. Maybe it'll help them out. Maybe, just a little bit of advice or that wisdom, share it with a friend. We'd love to, whether through the community or more videos, of course. So help a friend, right? Get out of the comfort zone. So
the best way to get out of the comfort zone is set goals and take action.
Yep. Know what you want, set goals, and
make that
action.
List of all the things you're procrastinating and knock them out.
Yep. Maybe find the most priority stuff that you can tend to consistently do. Try not doing it.
And
it's a lower level priority,
delegate it.
try not doing it or delegate it altogether. If it's not revenue producing, not a really great task that you enjoy, chances are if you sit down to do it and you're already bored out of your mind, you're not going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
So either delegate it or delete it or dump it, one or the other, or all the above.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. I hope this was enjoyable and helpful. So, and also I want to make an announcement. We have, we're going to be doing an online NLP Made Simple course.
Online. Yep.
And we're
launching
it in January, and we want your feedback. We want all the people that we love and care about. We want to know what would best serve you, the people that you know.
If you've been through one of our trainings and you've been through a course with us, we've got a link that we're going to share here that's got that has
a little survey.
It's
like 2 minutes.
It's just a quick Google form. It's feedback. Hey, what'd you like? What didn't you like? Give us brutal, honest feedback. We don't look at it as failure. It's feedback, so we can adjust,
so we can
make changes,
better and better,
and make the future amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So we'll post that for you in the comments. Again, share this, like it, share with a friend. We'd love to connect.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next Wednesday.
And for those of you coming to training, Friday at 1 p.m. Registration's at 12:30. If you're interested, one seat left.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.